Oh, here we go. Shower pan replacement check. First things first. Protection. Okay, I got the carpet protection, some ram board. So yeah, they put the shower pan in. It was bouncing around. They didn't do it right. Towel was cracking. Take that out. Now the key to shower pan replacements. Sometimes people cut straight through the grout and through the tile substrate. You gotta leave a little bit. I like to leave a little bit of Durarock or whatever the tile substrate is. That way I can get my curdy band, because I'm doing all Schluter here. Everything. Had to cut back the tile to keep the area of the shower pan the same size, because the curdy curve was so damn big. The first shower pan wasn't that big, the curb, so the flooring was wider. So when I did the new curb, I had to cut the tile back in both. It's two of them. Two shower pans. So yeah, I got the curdy band at the top. That gives me a good seal on the seam, because if you cut straight through all the way to the studs, you really can't seal the substrate, and that's key for me. So again, I had to get some some 1/8 here, some furnace strips, because I bought 1/2 inch board and the Durarock was 5/8, so I had to build it out some with that board, that 1/8 board. And yeah, a whole bunch of curdy bands, inside corners, outside corners, the screws. It's so many steps. By that time I could have rear guarded everything. Alright, this one was done first. Get our water test going, get our plug in, put our marks on the wall. Got my little rubber ducky floating around. The marks on the wall, so when I come back the next day, the water level should be at the same spot. Key to the water test. This way I know that it's waterproof before I tile. Come back the next day, put the fans on there, dry it out. Rubber ducky ended up going down the drain. I had to make sure it wasn't clogged. 2 fans. Come back, I did a little of the Schluter silicone, then the curdy band. Like I said, you got to leave a little bit of the tile substrate hanging below the tile so you can seal that seam. Other than that, you're really not sealing that seam. And this video got played twice. No edits. Sorry. It'll be one and done. It'd be too much. Alright. Ready for tile? Oh, this is the second water test, actually. It's 2 bathrooms, like I said. I didn't get to use my mark on this. You see that piece floating around. Just so you know, I did use a mark on the back of the shower pan there. It was a piece of band hanging out. Clear this drain. Put the fans on, and then they were going with these pebble sheets. So me and Sun, employee of the month, end up taking them off because it's better to do it individually, by hand, piece by piece. It's 0 cuts, actually, and it's going to look better. Because if you leave it in the sheets, it's almost always you're going to tell where the lines are between the sheets. They don't make it perfect where you can interlock them and you're not going to tell. So I like to do it individually. But this one first, I got my orange saw so I can cut on the spot. I don't do templates. I do straight cuts for the back wall, fill it in, and then get my cut for the drain. Again, 0 cuts here. Get that started around that drain. And I like to grout first, get everything sealed up. Put the sealer on there because that's marble and then that's natural stone, so you want to seal it before you grout. All the way to the corners before I put the tile on. I do this even if I'm just tiling the whole shower. Floors first, then the walls. 1 piece at a time. Again, 0 cuts. Nice and tight like I like it. Gotta seal it first and ready for grout. That's the curb top. I always suggest a solid curb top. Clean my bucket. Grout. left the grout on too long because I started messing with the curb top. The curb top was a little extra work because of the baseboards. I didn't consider. I had to notch the baseboards to get the curb top to fit. Then at the end, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the missing piece of the baseboard. Nonetheless, nice and leveled and pitched. Slightly pitched on the inside. They're getting glass. Now I'm ready for towel. I have to put my little curdy bands over my screws. Right on the spot. Oh yeah, I end up tearing my Achilles. Finally got the boot from the doctor. Surgery coming up. Well, actually, I had it already. They actually wanted the curb on the front, the solid curb top. They used the same piece for the front. The problem was the floor was a little wavy. I had to scrap it, but I got it. And it was double beveled. So the top piece was double beveled, and the bottom I had to cut off the bevel, but I had to recess it slightly to hit right where the bevel ends, like a 1/4 inch or 1/8. Nonetheless, you see that, yeah, bad business. They didn't put the towel up right. When I was replacing the towels where the brackets were, pieces were just falling off, cracking, and they were loose. So I had to chisel off the old thin set that was too dry. That's why I didn't ever stick. And then back butter the wall and trowel the towel. And the towel was too damn tight because it was a different batch, not the exact same size. But I makes it work, you hear me? Again, I like to do all the horizontal towel first, then the curb top. KUTZ cuts there, slide that right over the top of the curb, because when the water hits, I like it to be curb first, or towel, then the wall. I don't like to do wall, then the floor, or the curb. That's kind of backwards to me. I think about shingles and water hitting, and waterproofing, and, Anyway, another one. KUTZ cuts, check. This one I didn't have to worry about the baseboards. I did get it nice and tight like I like it. It was double beveled, so I had to notch the bevel so to get it to slide right over the top. But again, nice and tight like I like it. That cleaned up. Almost ready for grout. Coming together. Upstairs is 3rd floor. I was hopping up. Some days I didn't wear the boot. It's irritating. Replacing the piece where the brackets were. A couple other pieces came off. Grout. The 2nd floor. Silicone on the inside corners. You see it. So only grouting the towel, not the inside corners. Vertical and horizontal. Mix up some all-set. I love the all-set. It's my new favorite. It's expensive, but it's like peanut butter. Get the floor cover good. And some curdy little bands, covers for the screws. And run it. And I run it up, run it down. My snapper. Nice and tight, not too tight. I need a little bit to get the silicone in, but not no big ass gap, not no 1/8 inch. No. 16th, that's all you need. I be seeing big gaps on the bottom. I'm like, you gonna fill that in with what? That might fail. A different batch almost looks a different color a little bit. Maybe because it's not grouted. I don't know. It was throwing me off a little bit, but it is the same towel. Another curb, top going on the front. KUTZ, cuts, check. And cut that outside. You know that man-made material stinks. And it's toxic. Make sure you have your mask. Again, I had to leave enough overhang so that this is recessed to hit where I did double bevel ends. You have to be able to see that, how tight it is. And then this where the baseboard was in the way. Towel on the inside of the curb. Clean the floor. Clean as I go. Always keep it clean, especially when they lay there. Grout. And almost ready for the silicone. There was a few pinholes. Had to get my light out. Make sure I hit everything. That's the glass on the 1st floor. Oh, popsicle sticks, soapy water. Accuracy check on the curb, leveled and pitched. The inside corners hit with the silicone, soapy water. And, keep it tight, all right? I don't want a bunch of silicone. That's why it fails. Then I end up using white where the curb is because the curb was white. I didn't want to use the frost gray. that we use with the towel. Some touch-ups. And here's the final. I had to buy some baseboard like 1 foot and rip some pieces down to get this little piece to fit, and then some Bondo because it bonds better. Someone asked. I was gonna paint, but I had to have surgery the next day. So a light sand. You prime it 2 times. Put this drain on. Get it nice and clean. And it will look good. Where? In the neighborhood. I had to take the quarter round off to put the front piece on of the curb. And I'm out. Thanks for watching.